Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
And today we'll be recapping Payback, or WWE Payback.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, no one really got Payback, though. Well, actually, no, that's not true.
Yeah, technically.
Well, Jericho
did. Yeah.
That was about it.
I mean, Rollins, I guess.
No, because Samoa Joe was the one who was looking for Payback. Remember? He was avenging Triple H.
Yeah, that's true, but Rollins was getting payback on Joe for
Oh, yeah, for hurting him.
his knee.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're going to start the show with...
Well, I think before we get into it, we should say that overall it was a very good pay-per-view. Maybe,
Yeah.
all right, maybe not very good.
It was good.
Good.
There haven't been many good Raw pay-per-views.
No.
So-
I mean, granted, this one did have SmackDown and Raw superstars on it.
Well, I guess technically the best match of the night, as far as I'm concerned.
There's two SmackDown superstars.
Yeah, it was two SmackDown superstars, but the other interpromotional match was garbage.
Which was what we expected.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we didn't have high hopes. Actually, we should probably let them know why we're both wearing the T-shirts.
Oh yeah, we lost. We lose. We're losers.
Yeah, we had very terrible picks.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we went with logical thinking, but we
That's
have
a
to
mistake.
remember that in the world of wrestling, that logic kind of goes out the window.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we got like 3 matches right.
Um.
Well, you got 4 and I got 3. I think.
True, but I mean, yeah, that should be right.
Let's see. Anyway, but yeah, it was a good show. We were surprised by
Some of their booking.
a lot of it, or at least a good amount of it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let's start with the pre-show.
Yes. We had Enzo and Cass taking on Gallows and Anderson in how many times have we seen this match?
A lot.
Yeah.
It happens like every other week almost.
Something like that, yeah. But Enzo and Cass ended up going over, which is generally how the pre-show works, is the faces tend to win, kind of get the ball rolling
Yeah.
for the pay-per-view.
This match was actually a little different than normal though, because for a couple of reasons. My favorite part of it was the fact that instead of just keeping Enzo away from his corner,
Yeah.
they actively took Cass out on a few occasions.
Yeah, I think the first time, well, not when they took Cass out, but when Anderson dove halfway across the ring and knocked Enzo out of the ring.
Oh, that's what. Okay,
Yeah,
I knew that he
because the
interfered.
announcers actually had thought he made the tag, and he didn't. But the second time, what you're alluding to, is when I think Anderson was holding Enzo. Enzo was about to make the tag, and Gallows ran around the ring and pulled Big Cass down.
Yeah. So that was different. So
Yeah.
it was a good change of pace for a match that has happened on.
Yeah,
a
and it's
number
not
of
like they put
occasions.
on bad matches together.
No,
It's
no,
just
definitely
they're
not.
Not.
They're pretty much just
Pretty standard.
yeah. Well, they're just doing things to do things.
Right.
'Cause that's pretty much what Enzo and Cass do. They're throwing out there to feud with somebody just to fill
And
time.
They definitely got the crowd rolling, and the crowd was pretty strong for most of the night.
Yeah, they were. There's definitely
Toward the end, when I think most of us kind of felt the pay-per-view dipped, is when the crowd started to get a little, I don't want to say disappointed, but
I guess, but you got to remember the main event was a match where one was going to get severely booed no matter what they did.
yeah,
And then one is going to get cheered no matter what they did.
and it was a match we've seen before.
It's true. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was a good match to start the
Yeah,
show.
Definitely.
Shortly after this match had ended, or during the
It
match,
was-
they're saying whoever won was going to be one step closer to the tag titles.
Yeah. Which backstage before the tag match, we saw the Golden Truth.
No, that was right after.
Oh, it was right
Yeah.
after? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It was between that and the Miz TV segment. All right. I thought it was right before it.
No, it was right after, like literally right after.
It was right after? Okay.
Yeah. Where the Golden Truth come up to the Hardys in the locker room, and they said they're gonna submit a
Something to
yeah
Kurt
something
Angle.
to Kurt Angle,
Yeah.
like a report or something
Yeah.
like that, and they want a
Or a bid,
shot
I
at,
think.
Yeah. Something.
To get a shot at the Hardys.
Yeah.
If
or
they
whoever wins the match that night.
Yes.
Which was really funny because Matt and Jeff were like, oh, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. With Matt, I don't know, it was so weird to hear him. Like in the beginning, he was talking in his normal voice, and then he was dipping in and out of the broken Matt Hardy.
He's been doing that.
Yeah, no, I know,
but
I mean, he actually was speaking for a while.
Well, yeah, I guess it was more.
It was just weird to hear.
Yeah, it was more than one-word answers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is what normally is what happens.
Right.
Towards the end of the pre-show, they had a Miz TV segment where Finn Balor would be the guest.
Yeah, and the crowd was very into this as well.
Yeah. It
Finn,
was.
what? No, go ahead. No, I was just going to say Finn always gets such a good reaction.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I was going to say it was kind of weird or kind of confusing as to why they chose to do that.
Yeah, there was nothing really beforehand leading up to this. Not even a confrontation between the two, right?
Well, I don't even think that was what the result was either. I think this was more of a, okay, Finn, we got nothing for you.
Right.
So we're just going to put you on Miz TV so that you can get some time in the ring on the mic.
Yeah.
Which was very successful. Because
Balor Club.
Yes, because Miz wanted to join. Miz and Maurice wanted to join. And the fans were cheering yes when Finn, in fact, said that they obviously don't want you.
It was split.
It was a lot of yeses.
Yeah.
Though. So, which is funny because everyone loves Shield Miz now, apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's... Like we've said
he
over and over again,
work.
He's been doing probably the best work of his career right now, hands down.
It's true. He's definitely earning his spots.
Which, I mean, to be fair, I would definitely be on board with seeing a feud culminate from the Miz TV between the two of them.
It would be cool. It'd be something good for Miz to do,
and it wouldn't be. I mean, it would elevate. I think the Miz as a more of a credible source on Raw, I guess. Not source, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, a competitor, I should say.
But yeah, the big thing about this was the Miz asking Balor what he's going to do next. And then he said that he's going to
get my title back.
Yeah.
And he said, do you know who the Universal Champion is?
Yeah,
he took off his sunglasses at that point.
I guess that was an attempt to really say Brock Lesnar's big, I definitely should be afraid of him kind of deal.
And that's why he's not at this pay-per-view. But he's going to be at Great Balls of Fire.
So stupid. So dumb. Man. That's the July pay-per-view?
Yes. Yeah, it took over for Bad Blood.
So good. Bad Blood was a good name.
And it makes sense as a pay-per-view name, too.
Bad Blood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to make an early prediction.
Yes.
If they do move forward with the Bray Wyatt Finn Balor match, I guarantee if they have a match at Great Balls of Fire, it's going to be an Inferno match.
Yeah.
There's no way it won't be.
Are we going to see anybody get their testicles electrocuted again? But Kane did that to Shane, right?
He did. I find it hard to believe, but technically speaking, anything is possible.
I remember somebody said with the new Vince McMahon documentary coming up, that's what they should name it, Great Balls of Fire.
It's a fair title.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this was more of, Finn just saying, okay, I want my title back.
Yeah.
And that was the main story of what was going on there.
And then, like he said, Miz TV always ends the same way.
Getting his ass kicked.
Yep. Well, they said there was two things that were two clubs he could join. The Balor Club, which he's not going to join, or the I Just Got My Ass Kicked by Finn Balor Club. Mm-hmm. So
it was funny right after they cut to the panel, whatever it is, and Renee Young was
Beetlejuice.
She was skirting around the fact that he said he was going to kick his ass.
Yeah,
it's just funny when they can say stuff in the ring, but
it was technically before they were on the network, so it's a free.
I don't think it matters though. But either way, it's just funny because it's not like it matters.
Oh yeah,
because either way, that's technically it's not like you're going to get a worse rating because of something like that,
or a slap on the wrist from the networks or something. Yeah, but whatever. Another good segment.
That's true.
Fine with that. Gives The Miz some TV time along with Finn. Again, noted that Dean Ambrose was not at the pay-per-view. Neither was the Intercontinental title.
It's true, but like I said during the Raw predictions, that was one of the videos we did, where it's like technically the IC title never came to Raw yet.
Okay, yeah, then
because as of last night or at the beginning of last night, the U.S. title was
still being.
It might have been the SmackDown's belt, but it was still being defended
on a Raw pay-per-view. Yeah.
So it's like now that match has happened, it's like now it's official that the two swapped.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the way that they're booking it.
Oh, that makes sense completely.
So.
Speaking of the United States title, that is the match that opened up the show.
Yeah, that was a little surprising. Not a bad thing.
No, I mean this could have opened the show, and honestly, it could have ended the show.
It could have, and if it wasn't for the fact that it had Roman Reigns against Braun Strowman,
yes, well, which has ended the show pretty much. Yeah,
twice now. I think 2 pay-per-views so far.
Yeah.
No,
but I mean Raws in general. It's generally
that's
Braun
usually
Strowman or Roman.
But so this was a very good match.
Yeah,
it's probably my favorite match of the night.
They actually told the story in the ring. And both hats off to both men.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
When Jericho came out, he looked like excited.
Yeah.
Like something big was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of thought that it was just, okay, this is my last match for a while.
Right.
This is my send-off, so like I want it to be something big. So he's getting pumped. And then, well, obviously that's not what ended up happening, which is a little confusing.
Jericho ended up winning the title.
Yeah.
With Kevin Owens tapping out.
Yeah. So after...
Before Kevin Owens came out wearing a nice red, white, and blue flag kind of in his KO shirt and in his shorts as well.
Yeah, the letters were red, white, and blue, and it was really funny.
He's really playing up
I love
face of America.
I love the fact that his intro now, instead of saying "Fight Owens Fight," it's just his face.
It says
face of America.
Nothing else plays. It's just that.
Yeah. So, and now that he's lost, I really hope that he gets it back soon.
Right.
We had said before that it's possible that he just won this match
to lose it again on SmackDown.
Yeah, and he'll just lose it on SmackDown. Maybe that's just so later on when if he comes back, he'll be on SmackDown so he can continue his feud with Jericho. I mean with Owens.
Yeah. And since Styles is the number 1 contender, we're not going to see Jericho and Styles again, I don't think.
Probably not.
I mean, it's Backlash. Was that a month? Not a month away.
That would be the slated match. I think it's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. They did say that last night.
Yeah. So technically speaking, as of right now, that's the match that's supposed to happen.
Right.
But there's a very good chance
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because technically Owens gets a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a chance that match ends SmackDown and Owens wins the title back.
Yeah.
Probably cheats or something like that.
Most likely.
But yeah, my favorite part of the match, or I guess my favorite storyline in the match.
The finger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How, because that's what happened during a WrestleMania match where he just barely reached the ropes with the finger.
Did it again, but Jericho wasn't having any part of that.
Yeah.
So, but after he did that, he threw him outside the ring and
he stuck his hand behind the steel steps.
Yep.
And then
ran and kicked it. Yeah. And, Owens sold it the entire match, which actually was funny because he started tapping out with that hand and then stopped and then started tapping out with the other hand. So, it was a great match though.
Yeah. Those two are so good.
Yeah, it's like, well, I don't know. Like I said, we don't know what's really up next with Jericho still holding on to gaining the title back.
Yeah, that was definitely a surprise.
Yeah.
It was a match that we both picked Owens to win, obviously.
Which I looked at the betting odds before the
I was
show
curious
went
about
on
that.
the air, and Jericho skyrocketed.
Really?
Along with Alexa Bliss. Yep.
Insider information.
Well, that's why we do the predictions without looking at the...
It's true, because then that's cheating.
It's true.
Kind of.
Granted, everything's scripted anyway. But
it's true.
Yeah.
Someone knows.
Yep. Well, we do hear that booking changes very or it's up to the last minute
Oh,
with
yeah,
a
it's
lot of
definitely
things.
possible.
So,
But
yeah.
either way, at some point, someone does know. So
Next, we had the Cruiserweight title match with Austin Aries going up against Neville. Good match. Again, they always put on a good match.
Those two
started off a little slow, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. But
those two always put on
Yeah.
a good match together.
the Aries controlled the beginning of the match, and then they kind of went back and forth with who had the advantage.
Yeah, a lot of during the match, like whenever Aries was down, Neville was doing a lot of showboating, and he was trying to get heat, which is different, certainly for a cruiserweight match.
Yeah, well, I mean, does he really need much heat? I mean,
no, but at the same time, like it's interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, the problem with the heel face dynamic in a cruiserweight match is that their distinction is in their moveset, not necessarily their actions.
Right. Yeah.
So I guess that was kind of trying to, go against that, which is good.
Yeah.
You know, it's more character building. Not that they really need it.
No.
Not in this feud, at least.
Two most built characters in the cruiserweight division.
Yeah. So it's not like they needed it, but it's good to see.
Yeah. And Aries picked up the win. However, it was by disqualification. He had Neville hooked in with the last chancery, and Neville kind of was constantly grabbing onto the referee, holding his hand and then grabbing his shirt.
He was reaching for the ropes, but he couldn't reach it, which was funny because his initial he moved so much.
I know.
And I was like, there's no reason why you can't move a little.
They didn't go
more.
to a side camera, a side.
I'm sure he was
it.
really close.
Yeah.
So, and then he started to grab at the ref, like you said, ended up throwing the ref over Aries.
Yeah.
And then
Aries, I guess, thought he tapped out anyway when he got up, and then that's
when
how
come the referee's on the other side?
And that's when the ref threw the match out.
Yeah.
With, Aries going over but not winning the title, which, now that I think back to it, was probably the right decision because, like you said, it's not probably time for Neville to give up the title.
No.
What I was thinking is, had Neville won this match clean, I don't know how far out he is, but Neville could say he's beaten everybody, yada, 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 and then Cedric Alexander comes out.
Yeah,
because
it's true.
He was probably one of the highest regarded cruiserweights from the get-go.
Certainly going into the start of 205 Live.
Yeah.
During the course of time during 205
he got
Live,
injured pretty early, I think. Not early, but it's been a couple months at least.
Yeah, but at the same time, there was already 3 or 4 champions when he got injured. He got injured after Neville won the title. That I'm almost positive about. Okay. I think what we had said was he was probably going to be next.
Yeah,
and this was before we knew that Aries was going to
come 205.
Back.
Yeah. He was still on. He was before he even went to commentary. Or?
Yeah, around the same time.
Yeah.
So that was my thought, or that was our thought, and then who knows?
Yeah, but I think it was around the time when they kind of saw that 205 really wasn't sticking too well, so that's when they said, "All right, we need well-built superstars in there."
Yeah. Well, I think it was more of Neville coming back because I think he was hurt. And then he came back. Yeah. And it was just good timing.
Hurt before WrestleMania last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was just good timing, really, when he came back. And then Aries obviously, his face got fixed.
Yeah. That was brutal.
It's true. Almost knocked his eye out or whatever.
Speaking of a brutal match, up next we had the tag team title match with Sheamus and Cesaro trying to take the belts off the Hardys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't brutal.
No, but it was pretty physical.
And Matt, I don't know what happened, but his eye got messed up real bad.
Yeah, and the camera wasn't even focusing on it. Like, they kept looking away. Yeah, Matt kept turning away to the other side.
That's because they don't want
And then when they finally showed it, he was just bleeding on the head.
It was like, who knows how exactly that happened.
Yeah.
Jeff lost a tooth, apparently.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Right when Sheamus kicked him, I think he was over in the corner. I think Jeff was trying to make a tag to Matt, and Sheamus, I think, just kicked him. And you saw, I think Corey said that his tooth got knocked out, And then you just saw the referee go on the ground, grab it, and put it in his pocket. And then that was kind of how they kept calling Jeff, was either toothless or something like that. But, they kind of got their asses kicked, but ended up retaining the titles.
Yeah. At one point, Cesaro had Matt in the Cesaro swing.
Oh, yeah, and he was just like covering his head the entire time.
Well, yeah, and Cesaro went like a lot.
Yeah.
It was a while. Mm-hmm. And then Corey Graves said during it, he said that he's spinning him so much that he's going to think he's in another universe.
Yes.
So at that point in time, I'm like, of course they are. Yep. So I guess that means that they plan on doing it soon?
I believe so. I think I read something earlier that said that his Twitter was kind of in full broken mode.
Uh-huh.
So,
well,
and then
you get spun around enough.
After the match, they both kind of did what they did the last 2 weeks and all shook hands.
Yeah,
and the Hardys were celebrating on the top turnbuckle when Sheamus and Cesaro decided to blindside him and attack him.
Yeah.
I forget what happened to Matt outside the ring. He get a brogue kick?
No, it was inside the ring. Jeff got taken out when he got knocked down off the top rope because he landed from the top rope.
Oh, right, onto the ground. Yes.
Sheamus,
I
guess Sheamus
out of the ring.
No, he threw him back into the ring. Cesaro was holding him, and then that's when Matt got the brogue kick.
Oh, okay.
In the ring.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was before, or was it after the match?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I knew what happened.
And then Sheamus threw the title on Matt, and then
as he was laying there, right?
They threw down Jeff's title on the ground or whatever. Yeah. And they left the two of them laying there.
So I guess we have a heel Cesaro.
Yeah.
Cesaro, right?
Cesaro. I guess that's fitting.
Yeah. Well, that's what they said during the pre-show.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I missed that.
They were in, what was it, like the social lounge or something
with
Dasha?
Okay, yeah, they had done that.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Charlie.
Dasha's on SmackDown.
Yeah, she is, I know.
Should know better.
I realized it as I was saying it.
For shame.
Yeah, what are you going to do? I'm wearing a Golden Truth shirt. Come on now.
It's true, we're failures. But yeah, it was a good match. Typical Hardys stuff.
A little strange. Well, I guess not really with what happened after the match, but it was kind of strange that the Hardys went over all 3 times that they've battled. But I guess the heel turn kind of makes sense for it.
It's true. Or what I said is that they're not going to lose for a long time.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. It's not like they couldn't afford to lose a singles match.
It's true. They could afford to lose any kind of match, really.
It's just, but like you said, they're going to book the Hardys strong.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, it's just kind of funny.
Yes.
So next up was Braun Strowman, I guess, threatening Roman Reigns' life in the back. That's kind of what it was.
Yeah. I don't even remember what he said, to be honest. I think it was just...
Probably like something like, I'm going to crush you, little man.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something unoriginal, what we've heard for the last couple months.
It's probably since the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. Next, we had the women's title match with Bayley defending against Alexa Bliss. It's a little bit of a surprise here.
Yeah, especially because it was Bayley's hometown.
Well,
and they made a shirt that said "Hometown Hero" or something like that.
Yeah, and the whole Bayley section signs that they hand out at the events, they were everywhere.
Yeah, and it was funny because when they were introducing the two in the ring, they had like polar opposite like reactions.
Yeah,
where Bayley had like the biggest pop of the night, probably.
Definitely, I would agree with that.
And Alexa like just was getting booed like crazy.
Yeah.
No, it was during that. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Maybe not during the match, but I remember as she was being introduced, it was like the loudest boos I've heard in a while.
Huh. Well,
Roman Reigns level boos.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was bad. But in a good way, because that's what she's supposed to do. She is the heel.
She's the heel, yeah, and she's normally getting pretty big face pops on.
I think it was the hometown thing.
Makes sense
for Bayley.
Yeah.
So, which is weird when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I mean, when we went to Raw, even Tony Nese got a pretty big pop from being a Long Island boy.
I guess that's true.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an odd concept to me.
Yeah, I mean,
for it's technically a global brand now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you gotta think of. I guess it's different than mine. I was just gonna say when guys go to like their countries, like the whole Jinder Mahal. Well, that just doesn't make any sense because he's probably technically the biggest heel in the company right now.
Right now, I'd say so.
But I don't understand why they would be pushing into new territories on a heavily. Or I should say a heavy heel.
No. That's not what it is.
No, but they're going into...
Yes, they are going into India, and in response to that, they're pushing Jinder.
Yeah.
It's not they're pushing Jinder, so they're going to India.
No, I understand that.
Silly.
But I mean, it's just odd that they would push such a heel character when...
They have no other choice. There are no other Indians.
No, but
that's why they're going into India.
I know, but I'm just saying, like the reaction he gets from the crowd...
He gets booed.
Yeah.
Because he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's doing it right.
That's not the only reason he gets booed.
Well, I think now...
In this time, it's very different.
It's true.
The way the world looks at people
and
things like that. That's all I was just trying to get at. Yes.
Okay, I got
you. Yes, because how people don't feel safe and stuff like that.
I guess, but he's Indian. They don't do anything wrong.
Shut up, all right? Just shut up.
It's fun. Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
You get angry.
At you, because you want me to get angry.
Why would I want you to get angry?
All right. Really? Wait.
This is fun.
Yeah.
What?
Should we go back to what you do to my best friend?
Oh. You mean when I just say things and he gets
just to get him angry?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Yeah,
it's a talent.
Okay. Moving on.
Still gives me the right to be mad at you.
Oh, no, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I was just making the observation that you do get mad.
Okay. I'm going to continue to get mad.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Makes no difference to me.
No, I know. Yeah. I think this was a good match for Bayley. She looked good throughout the whole match.
Absolutely.
And I think the biggest problem with what we've seen from Bayley recently is that she's wrestling Charlotte. So she's wrestling not up to Charlotte, but when she has a bigger competitor, she seems to struggle a little more.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with all of them. They all have the same problem. Yeah. They're just not as strong.
Yeah, I guess because even the Sasha and Charlotte stuff was not as good.
Yeah, because it's more like they're not the men who can compensate. Because with them, usually at least they can move themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
women aren't able to.
Because I think it takes a little more for them,
mm-hmm.
or it needs to be a little more on the offensive side in order to do it. So they just can't quite handle it.
Yeah, no, that makes
because there was a big when Charlotte fought Naomi.
Yeah,
Naomi's bigger than Sasha.
Yeah,
who Charlotte's used to wrestling.
Right.
So that's when
she was able to control.
So she seemed a little more hesitant. And a little harder of a time pulling off moves.
Right.
So I think that's really what the case is.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
And the more that they wrestle with people, the more that they know that either they'll have to put into it, or that they can, or they whatever.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if they ever got into the ring together in NXT, but I think this is the first time they've
Alexa Bliss and Bayley.
Yeah.
On the main roster, obviously.
Yeah, but
I'm sure they wrestled at least once during.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't be
the biggest face, and
I wouldn't be surprised if Alexa Bliss got a title shot at some point. I feel like she did.
Probably.
I don't know that
she won a battle royal. No, that was Asuka, right? Didn't Asuka
won the battle royal?
Right.
That's how she won the title shot against Bayley.
Right? Okay. But Alexa Bliss, I thought, won something too.
She might have.
Yeah.
I do not remember.
Yeah,
it was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
Because granted, it was only a year, but before that, it wasn't a whole lot of crazy stuff going on in NXT.
Yeah.
And we were kind of split on all this new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was when we started getting back into everything, and there was so much content.
Yeah.
We're like,
so we didn't know, or it was hard to remember because we're still learning who some of the guys on the main roster are. and then there's all of the people who are completely brand new to everybody in NXT.
Right.
So, something like that could very easily.
Did we even say that Alexa won this match?
She did.
Yes.
That was a surprise.
Yeah. She is the first woman to win both the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships.
It's true.
Which is a little surprising that she did it before Charlotte, just because of how highly regarded Charlotte has been, like being on SmackDown and that being their highest acquisition.
Uh-huh.
You know, they kind of made a bigger deal about her being the one moving over.
Yeah.
So,
but that also says they think very highly of Alexa, obviously. She's really good.
She's probably the best on the mic in the women's division, hands down.
Yeah.
So,
and she's really good at playing like the heel during her matches.
Absolutely.
It was funny. At one point, she was like, I think she was standing on Bayley's hair, and the ref was counting. And as he was counting, she was mouthing the numbers that he was saying.
Yeah.
And she was just doing like such a good job at like, it's like, I don't even care about nothing. I'm gonna kick some ass.
No, that was I don't know how. If that spot, I mean, it was definitely planned for the finish when Bayley got flipped into the
turnbuckle,
the ring post.
Yeah.
And it just looked good. They did a very good job with that spot.
Yeah.
And then that's when Alexa planted her with the DDT afterward.
Well,
after reversing a move.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, Bayley tried to roll her up, and then she kicked out, but the grip never ended.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, right. And then that's when she.
So Bayley had her arm over her over Bliss's shoulder, but she was able to, I guess, like get up and
then
hit her with the DDT,
and then that was the
so
3 count.
It was good.
Oh, and that took everything out of the crowd. They were so deflated.
Yeah,
after
exactly,
that.
because it looked like Bayley was going to have a comeback.
And that's when everything started going downhill, because up next we had the House of Horrors match.
Oh, my God.
Which, all right, so I went into this with expecting exactly what it was. I was expecting a B-horror style type of
It was
match.
horribly cartoonish.
Yeah.
It was like Scooby-Doo bad.
Yeah, I mean, a limo pulls up to this random house.
Yeah.
And
that was the best part.
Randy's just sitting in the limo shirtless with the
dress pants on.
Was it dress pants?
He was wearing dress pants.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was that or if they were like mesh pants or something.
Oh,
like that.
No, he was wearing a belt. It was dress pants or black jeans, one or the other.
Oh shit.
And elbow pads.
Oh yes,
and elbow pads. So my favorite part about that was the fact that they didn't say whose house it is.
Yeah,
there was no mention of it.
That's true.
So he gets out of the limo.
Kind of looking around. Oh, no. You see Bray Wyatt's in the one of the windows. It lights up, and you just see this fucking beard.
Yeah.
I just started losing
and
at that point.
The best part is, like, it's not even... It's like... It was like white light.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a shadow.
No.
It was just white light and and him. As if it's not obvious what it was.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So he's 100%. Walking towards the door. And the lawnmower or
the
tractor just
starts going
rolls past him.
He's like, oh, man. And then it turned to a weird angle, and I thought it was somebody else walking up the lawn, but it was just Randy in the dark. And that was when he just like put his hand on the porch and started walking in, and then you see Bray through the window, and then, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as Randy walks through the door, he gets blindsided by Wyatt. And then basically that was the theme of this segment was
Randy moving from room to room and then Bray coming out of nowhere and hitting
Exactly. It was, okay, Randy fought him off. Bray runs away. He goes to find him again.
Well, there was always something weird in the room that he walked into next.
Yeah.
Like the room with all the dolls.
Yeah, that was creepy. That's not PG programming. That's not.
Oh, there's definitely like satanic rituals and shit going on in the room.
I could be wrong, but I could have swore I saw a swastika on one of the baby's heads. I'm not joking. I did. But obviously didn't cut back to it.
Oh, that's fantastic. You know, the only thing that would have made this better is if the drifter started going in through the house.
It would have.
Oh, man.
That would have been better.
I thought this house was unoccupied.
This is where I sleep on the weekends.
So what I gained from this is that well, I guess if it is Bray Wyatt's house, that he's just a squatter and doesn't pay rent or
electricity,
mortgage, or anything like that, and he just kind of lives like a homeless man that he looks like.
Yeah, I wonder who lived in that house, like really, because obviously it was a house because it was furnished and everything.
Yeah, I saw pictures on Twitter of it, so I'm guessing they just bought an abandoned house. And
maybe that would make sense actually, because it was really beaten down.
Yeah,
but yeah, or I guess the climax of the interior part of this
was when they ended up in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
They were,
and Bray gets Randy down.
What did it say on the refrigerator? Didn't say help me. What?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know it said something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it said. But Bray gets Randy on the ground, and for some reason he decides that it's a good idea if I throw the refrigerator
on
at him.
top of him. Yeah, I think he kind of pushes it over on a sprawled out Randy Orton on the ground.
The worst camera work ever.
I think that was part of the
cartooniness.
Yeah,
I know.
Was just...
But it was great because they changed the angle, or they show it falling over. You see Randy on the ground.
Yeah.
They changed the angle so all you can see is the refrigerator falling.
Yeah.
And then they changed the angle one more time with the refrigerator on the ground, and he's clearly nowhere to be found.
No, he was definitely on the other side of the refrigerator.
He was probably already on his way back to the arena at this point in time.
True.
So,
which I think a lot of people were tweeting about it, that it was dark out when Randy got to the house and they were in California,
where it was light out.
Yeah. So that was a whole big thing that everybody was going on about.
Yeah, that was probably not well planned.
It doesn't really matter.
It's true
because of just the match itself that I don't think anybody had high hopes for.
So, basically, the segment actually ended with Wyatt, I guess, commandeering the limo.
Yeah,
because I guess limo drivers in California don't care who they drive around.
Well, he did drop him off, or dropped one guy off and picked up another guy.
Yeah, but it's weird because usually you gotta
I figured he was gonna roll the window down and it was gonna be Randy Orton.
I thought they were gonna pull an Undertaker.
Yeah.
Back in the mid 2000s, the Undertaker, or probably late 2000s, the Undertaker was feuding with Booker T or Teddy Long, one or the other, and one of them or whoever it was gets into a limo to run away, and then they say, take me away, and then they roll down the window, and it's the Undertaker in the front seat. So I thought that they were going to do something like that. I kind of
expected that as well.
But yeah, so he says, take me to the arena, like the limo driver's going to know where that is.
And then he starts singing his damn song, I got the whole world in my hands.
And he sang it multiple times.
A strange man. But that was what happened. It cut off from there, and then we went back to the arena, and we were getting ready to see Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe.
Well, another thing of note was when they cut back to the arena, the commentators were saying how spooky it was.
Yeah. Oh, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen.
You could hear all the boos.
Oh, yeah. The audience was not happy about that.
They cut back, you hear boos, and then they stop.
Yeah.
So they obviously cut off the
crowd.
Yeah, which was really funny.
Which, this brings us back to what we talked about when we went to the live event, and it was awful to watch anything on the big screen, so I can imagine how it was for all the people at the arena watching it.
I guess
because it was more how it was shot, it was maybe a little different.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot of talking going on. But our problem was the audio.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the visuals.
Yeah.
Because I had no problem seeing.
No, it's just
the audio sucked.
Yeah.
But that could have just been
we were.
The setup.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there could have been a legitimate audio problem.
Yeah. Mm.
I would imagine that they would have this figured out by now. So it could have just been that, well, it was a week, after?
Yeah. Yeah,
so
a week.
They could have just done something wrong with their audio setup when they did the remodel.
Yeah.
So, and who knows?
Yeah.
But we could go again sometime, and it sounds just fine.
It's true. It is true. But like you said, up next was the Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe match.
Samoa Joe.
It was a good match for the match itself.
It was. My favorite part of the match was when when Samoa Joe went for a suicide dive.
A flying school bus.
Corey Graves said that it's a flying school bus.
Oh, it's so funny because it's true.
Yeah. So, Rollins went over.
Yeah, Joe did what Joe always does and works a certain body part, which he worked the knee.
Yeah.
The entire
obviously,
match.
because that's what
the
Rollins
whole storyline was. Yeah, felt over. But I was very disappointed with the finish of this match.
Yes, it was bad.
Seth Rollins won with, what was he doing? A fireman's carry into a roll-up?
I guess. I don't know. It was hard to tell. It was weird.
Yeah, because I think Joe have him in a headlock?
He had him in a sleeper hold.
It was a sleeper hold.
Because that was the second one he put him in.
Right.
And then that's when he, I guess, threw him over his shoulders and then
rolled him. He just like laid across him and pinned him, and Joe kind of squirmed a little bit, but didn't. Yeah. It was just terrible.
Maybe he was getting sleepy.
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't know why Joe got booked so weak in this match.
I don't even think he was booked weak. I think it was just a poor booking decision for the finish.
Okay,
because the match,
that's fair. Yeah,
because Joe kind of just destroyed Rollins.
He was very strong throughout the match. Yeah.
So I think it was just an upset victory.
Yeah.
But you know what that means? This feud's not over.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not surprising,
No.
but also a little disappointing.
Yeah.
Unless they're the ones who are going to have the Inferno match at Great Balls of Fire.
Maybe. You're really pushing for this, aren't you?
It's going to happen.
I just want to see somebody get set on fire.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I know. It's too bad we didn't have the House of Horrors match
I
at Great
miss
Balls
gimmick
of Fire.
matches. I'm so upset that the Undertaker Reigns match wasn't a Buried Alive match.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even think that people would have booed Roman Reigns if he won it. That's not true.
No.
They
the hell are you kidding?
But
I mean, to see
cool.
Roman Reigns get buried alive, that would have got the biggest pop ever.
But I guess if there's going to be a Buried Alive match, it's probably going to be involving Triple H.
Yeah.
The man with 3 H's in his shovel.
What, CM Punk to come back for one more match? It'll be a Buried Alive match against Triple H?
Done. I'll take it. I'll take it. That would be funny.
But yeah, just disappointing finish.
Yes.
It was just so abrupt. Like you kind of were like, really? That just happened?
Although it's kind of hard to say a 20-minute match ended abruptly.
I know, but it was. I guess it was just because the shift in momentum was.
Yes.
Because Joe was completely controlling, and then all of a sudden Rollins rolls him up for a 3 count.
The comeback was short.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a victory like that normally comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to argue with it. So it's an upset victory that came out of nowhere. So technically they did it right. It's just not what you would expect from this kind of match.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Like I said, it was a good match.
And the feud's not over. No. So hopefully their blow-off will be better.
But a feud hopefully now is over.
Oh, God. Hopefully.
And we pan back to outside the arena where the limo is pulling up with Bray Wyatt inside, right?
That happened? Oh, okay. So during the pay-per-view, I watched it afterwards, obviously, because I didn't want to go to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I skipped all of the stuff in between.
Yeah. So what you're telling is you don't even watch it.
No, I didn't watch the backstage segments, and I cut back to when Wyatt was entering the arena. I just assumed that it was more nonsense.
Yeah, well, that was another part, like we said before, where the window was going to roll down and Orton was going to be revealed as the driver, because Bray's walking next to the limo and kind of looks into through the passenger side window, and you just see the driver, and you kind of expected them to brawl back to the arena or something like that. But, but no, all of a sudden, Bray's walking through the backstage area out to the entranceway, and he picks up his fuck's the thing he carries out to the ring?
Oh, the lantern.
Lantern, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that.
Picks that up, and entrance goes, and then it goes black, and he's in the ring, and then all of a sudden, Randy Orton appears out of nowhere with a chair.
Well, because he had the lights off, and then when the lights kicked back on, Orton's just standing behind him. Yeah. Going back to the annoying, boring things that they put in between the matches, the stupid packages. 10 minutes was how long they dedicated to Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton on the pre-show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Because I was fast-forwarding through it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was literally 10 minutes from the start of it to the end of it. It was...
Jeez.
It's so bad.
Well, it's over, hopefully.
Well, yeah, but not even that. It's just the fact that they're allocating so much... Granted, it's a pre-show. There's only one
They
match.
were allocating time on both shows for this crap.
Oh, that too.
So
like you said, hopefully it is over.
Yeah.
Anyway, lights turn back on. Randy Orton hits Wyatt with the chair. Goes outside of the ring, and he does his little draping DDT,
yeah.
but has Wyatt on the announce table, and he's on the floor. So this is yet another example of a move that obviously Randy Orton took more punishment than Bray Wyatt, because it's basically, okay, I'm just going to land on my back on the floor.
Yep.
So it was an odd choice of locations for that move.
And this is what they got back into the ring, right?
Yeah,
and,
he rolled him back into the ring.
Orton was going to go for he did his
Viper thing,
for the RKO, and then the Singh brothers decided to come out and
Bollywood boys.
Singh brothers now.
I know, but I like Bollywood.
Nah, that's fine. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Clearly, so much smaller than Randy Orton.
Absolutely. Granted, Randy Orton's huge.
He's 6'6", I think.
Yeah. So it's not like it's.
Well, there are two cruiserweight guys as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's not like it's two like average sized guy or an average sized guy and they look huge.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they come out, they attack him. He swats them off like flies. And then Wyatt goes for the Sister Abigail.
And he reverses.
Yeah,
it, right?
Randy Orton just
throws him to the ground.
Yeah,
yeah,
and then Jinder comes and attacks him with the belt
from behind.
And then Wyatt hits the Sister Abigail, and then
I think he hit him twice with the belt.
Maybe,
yeah,
I guess.
I think he hit him once, and then he waited for him to get back up again, and then hit him.
Yeah, and then that's when he hit the Sister Abigail, and that's when he finally won.
Yes.
There's so many things wrong with this.
Well, they made Bray Wyatt look weak, too.
They did. That's what I mean.
Why?
All they had to do was, even if he got back to the arena and Randy Orton didn't show up again,
he could have won by
forfeit. He
would
have won by forfeit.
And that would have been fun.
And they were talking about that whenever they talked about the House of Horrors. Because they said forfeiture was an option.
They were constantly talking about it.
That's all you had to do. Makes Wyatt look good because he slayed the Viper or whatever.
Orton is still the WWE champion.
Yeah, and what's the matter to him?
Yeah.
At this point in time, Randy Orton's literally there to collect a paycheck. Yeah. Tell me what to do. I'll do it. It doesn't matter. People love me no matter what.
You know what they should have done? They should have had that where it was a forfeit and Bray's in the ring, and then you pan back to the house, and Jinder and the Bollywood boys are grabbing Orton out of the house and carrying him.
That's fine. That would be okay. But the fact that Wyatt needed help, regardless of the reasoning for the help, just makes him look weak.
I understand why they did it. Because
they wanted to make it an actual
big thing. Yeah, right.
But it just completely takes all of the... And I don't care about Bray Wyatt. He's not...
You've made that known.
Yes. So the fact that I'm actually getting annoyed about this is weird. Because it's...
You don't want to see him fail. You want to see good stuff.
Yeah, and that's bad storytelling.
Yeah, and that's what this is all about.
Yeah. So
not bad storytelling, but obviously seeing good storytelling.
Yeah,
that's all we ask for.
So, but it was just so frustrating. Yeah. That match could have ended in so many different ways, and it would have been fine, even if Wyatt just overpowered him to begin with, without any interference.
Yes.
That's what killed him because he needed help, like he always does.
So, I meant to bring this up earlier on. Completely forgot about it because we were kind of going with it. Did you see the backstage segment with Jericho?
Which one?
All right. So
the answer is probably no.
Yeah, I think it was an exclusive, which should have been included in the pay-per-view because it was that good. All right. So Jericho is talking with Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle, wishes him good luck on SmackDown. It's sad to see him leave, but he's glad he's the champion. Yada yada yada. All of a sudden, Mike comes out. to interview him, and he goes, how do you feel about winning and leaving, going to SmackDown Live? And Jericho goes to answer, and all of a sudden Tom comes out to the other side of him, asks him the exact same question, and Jericho's just looking back and forth. And he's like, oh, no, sorry. He went to go put Mike on the list because he says, you know what happens when a stupid idiot interferes in a handshake between me and Kurt Angle? And he goes to write him on the list, and that's when Tom shows up. And he's doing the back and forth, and he's like, Steve, Tom, Steve. Yeah. Or Tom, Steve, Tom, Mike.
Yeah.
And then he puts them both on the list. He says the clones. Because he calls Tom Mike and Mike Tom.
That's
says,
fantastic.
I'll see you on SmackDown, Mike.
Yeah, those those segments where Jericho gets Mike Rome confused with Tom Phillips are the best.
So good.
You don't know your own name, Tom?
Shit.
Oh man, it's good stuff.
Yeah, definitely should have included that on the.
Well, there's a chance that they did, and I skipped it, or did you only see it online?
I saw it online. This would have been good to have between the ending of the Wyatt match and the beginning of Strowman, just because the crowd was already kind of disappointed with, I think, the way the Wyatt match ended anyway. And then
they obviously weren't happy about the beginning of that match either.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah,
the whole match in general.
Yeah. So let's see if I can find this thing that you're talking about because I want to watch it.
I saw it on Twitter. I'll show you the link after.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that he really did lose a tooth. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you could clearly see it during the match. It was pretty nasty. But up next we had the main event: Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. So, what did you think about this match? Pretty par for the course. Before we get in, Roman came out all bandaged up and everything, and he did a very good job of selling throughout.
Yes,
the
he
match.
did.
I must give him credit for that. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. He was limping down to the ring and everything. Yeah, this isn't on here.
Yeah. All right, I'll show you after.
But to answer your question, this match with a different opponent would have been perfect.
As different opponent for Braun?
No,
or different
for
opponent
Roman.
for Roman? Yeah.
If Roman was facing, let's say, not Seth Rollins, but a Seth Rollins-esque person,
Like
who's
Balor, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Something like that. And Roman's bigger, and he overpowers like the guy. You know what I mean? It's just Braun's supposed to be able to overpower Roman. That's how it is.
Now he's having trouble beating an opponent who's already clearly heavily injured.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how badly Roman gets his ass kicked, because there's no reason why that doesn't happen in the first place, logically speaking.
Yeah, because of yeah.
So if Roman is doing, and I don't think Kevin Owens is a better example than Finn Balor.
Okay.
If Roman is like fighting back against him, and that happens, it's logical,
right?
Obviously,
yeah, because he picked him up for a Samoan drop and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, and like I said, I have no problem with how they did it because they were trying to keep Roman looking
still strong.
Without squashing him.
I think they wanted some pity too.
Well, obviously,
yeah.
And I like the fact that he came out all bandaged up and everything. I just think that this could have very easily been a regular match, and it would have been the same.
Yeah.
So, I think they wasted a gimmick, I guess, because they can't do this again.
No. Well, I mean, what was the last? Oh, when he beat. When he lost to Owens at the Royal Rumble, when he got his ass kicked the entire match, and then the next night he came out and no-sold anything. He was pretty much perfectly fine.
Well, no, it was he got beat up after the match.
Yeah, but I mean, Owens was bandaged and whatnot the next night on Raw, I believe.
I don't think Roman. I think Roman was beaten up on Owens that match.
Yeah, but then Strowman came out and attacked.
Yeah, that's when Roman got
right.
Yeah,
right.
So,
but I think that a lot of people were critiquing Roman just for his selling in the past.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of what it is. You know, you're told to told to be strong, so you kind of have to make it seem like things don't faze you.
Yeah, but Braun ended up winning this match with 2 power slams.
Yeah, 2 running power slams, I believe.
Yes.
Granted, it's the same crap.
Yeah,
but
I think Reigns got him with a spear and 2 Superman punches? Not obviously back-to-back. He hit him with a spear.
No, he probably hit 5 Superman punches.
Yeah, but I think he hit him with a spear and then tried to pin him, and he kicked out.
Yeah,
and then I hit him with, I think, maybe you're right. It was more than 2.
No,
because it took 2, I think.
He hit 2 within the first couple minutes of the match.
No, I'm talking about at the end.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying total.
Yeah.
At the end, he probably hit him with a couple of Superman punches after the spear.
Right.
And, like you said, he hit him with a couple of power slams.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first one, he barely kicked out of.
Oh, yeah, because you kind of just...
Yeah, because it was like just a little like...
Yeah.
And then the second one did him in. But he wasn't done yet.
No.
He picks up the steel steps.
Throws him into the ring.
The 300-pound steel steps that he bent with his hands when he was holding it. For whatever reason, he stood him up and dropped him
onto it. Yeah,
that was weird.
Yeah.
It busted his mouth open, though.
Yeah.
I guess he just didn't take it right.
I don't know. I mean, that metal, it's very hard to get rounded, too. So it could have just...
I guess.
It could have just caught him.
No, I don't know. It didn't cut him. It probably just busted his mouth open when he hit. But that just means that he took it wrong. You know what I mean? Because obviously he's not supposed to make contact.
Yeah, because you just saw like random blood laying in the ring. And then that's when he was on the ground and Strowman picked up the steel steps and nailed him in the stomach with it. And
so that could have made it worse.
Yeah.
But
that's when you clearly saw the blood in his mouth and everything like that. Yeah.
So,
and we still weren't done yet.
Well, Strowman was done.
No.
Yeah, he was.
No.
What did he do?
They started going backstage. They started to load up Reigns into the ambulance, and he was standing by the ambulance door, and Strowman came charging at him, and Reigns moved out of the way, and Strowman took the door off the ambulance. You probably fast-forwarded through it.
No, the pay-per-view ended.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Oh, maybe it was on the Raw Talk that it was.
Probably.
It might have been an extra. Yeah, okay.
That's
possible.
What I saw was that Strowman left.
Yeah.
Roman was in the ring. They were trying to get him. They walked up to the announce table trying to get him to...
Yeah, now that you say it, it was
trying to get him onto the gurney. He said, no, I'm going to walk out of here. And that's when it cut. That was the end of the pay-per-view.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So,
and then they kind of had a little more fight backstage.
During Raw Talk?
Yeah.
Well, since you saw it, is there any more details to it or no?
I don't really remember, to be honest.
Well,
that was the part I saw, and then at that point I was kind of done.
It was funny because they only showed Alexa Bliss and Cesaro and Sheamus on Raw Talk.
Yeah.
So
I think it was just like the carryover.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, the ending just felt like an episode of Raw.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
Generally, how they. Yeah. So.
Well, I don't know. This is another feud that kind of just needs to end.
Yeah, but it's not going to probably.
It's hard to say because you really don't think that Roman Reigns is going to lose a feud.
No.
So it's like
the Inferno match.
It's true.
Well, what's their June pay-per-view?
I don't know.
Because SmackDown has Money in the Bank.
It's true. I really wish that they would just combine them.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for them not to.
Look, we went with logical picks. This is
June pay-per-view.
For this pay-per-view, and look how it got us. Or look what it got us.
Let's see. That's not helpful. Fastlane, WrestleMania, Payback,
Backlash. Oh, Extreme Rules, probably.
Yeah, I would assume. Yep.
So I'm guessing we're going to get a gimmick match during that, then.
Maybe.
There it is, Great Balls of Fire.
So stupid.
At
least SmackDown keeps Battleground.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have anything else stupid coming up. Clash of Champions, No Mercy. It's probably going to be the same as last year.
Yeah, the rest of it's going to be the same.
Why is there...
What?
There's only one September pay-per-view.
Isn't that how it was last time too?
No,
Because I don't know. Wait,
it was
what?
It was Backlash. Backlash happened in
yes,
September.
Because that was when AJ won the
That's weird.
belt from Ambrose.
That's weird. Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Maybe they're gonna announce another one.
It's possible, but like they only.
Oh, yep. Unknown event, September 10th.
There you go.
But that means that this time, Clash Champions is gonna be SmackDown event.
No.
Yeah.
It says Clash Champion. It says brand designation.
Oh, that's weird. Why'd they switch it? Because.
Oh,
wait, no. Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, never mind. No, because I was thinking that the beginning of the month was the Raw one, and the end of the month is the SmackDown one, but it's actually backwards.
Gotcha.
Or it's the middle of the month is SmackDown, and the end of the month is Raw.
Sure.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So this has been our Payback review.
Yes, we are both losers.
Okay. Yes.
Golden True shirts.
I got it.
Yeah, this was a really bad for predictions. Not a lot of common sense things.
No, but I kind of like the element of surprise at least.
Oh, it's nice. It's always nice when things happen unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
So if you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you later.
Adios.